Hello Geminis, welcome to my channel. This is Taurus Lady for you with your love related reading. Okay, before we go straight into the reading, we're not gonna do that yet. I just want to make quick announcement because I'm not sure if that happened in your video last time. This is a public version of the video. It will last around 20 minutes. And if you want to continue with this video, you can get its extended version. So the link to an extended reading of this reading, in which we're clarifying all of the cards, okay? Don't worry, I'm still gonna give you lots of information on here, but I'm trying to push my channel forward. So what I would like you to do, I mean, if you wanted to continue with this video after I click off, you can PayPal me any amount donated to my channel, and in exchange for it I will be able to send you a link to the extended reading, okay? Don't worry, any amount is absolutely fine. Please read all of the instructions in the description box below, okay? So the way it works, very simple. You PayPal me, then you email me, etc, etc. I don't want to keep going on about it. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. Now let's move on now straight into this reading. Cosmic events, okay? So those of you who are into tarot, into astrology, you probably know by now that we are in the second week of the Mercury retrograde. So you might have had a quite tough week already behind you in terms of communication, in terms of misunderstandings, arguing, I don't know, sending the wrong messages to people, receiving weird messages, all that kind of stuff to do with communication, because this is what Mercury does. Mercury rules communication, okay? So you might be experiencing tension in your romantic life with the person you're with right now, or with whoever you're dating, okay? The important thing about Mercury retrograde, what people feel and what is it important to remember for you, is that it sort of blurs our vision. It makes us think differently to what we would normally think because of what people say. People act not in a usual way, and they say things not in a usual way. So it makes us take a step back and make us a little bit uncomfortable at times. It's a heavy energy. We might be feeling like breaking up with someone, moving out, finishing long-term relationship, divorcing, all of these things. The good thing is, the moment the Mercury retrograde comes to the end, I mean, when it goes back from Leo, star sign 2nd of August, back into Cancer, things gonna calm down a little, and you will see the change in your perception. So if there's something that's bothering you about your partner, your current partner, or whoever you're thinking of right now, wait till August, okay? Because you may completely change your mind about what you're thinking of right now and how you think of them, okay? So that's very important. And a personal advice for you, try to, you know, control your communication. So even if someone comes across in a ridiculous way, say something that is completely out of order, try to think to yourself, why are they saying this? I mean, are they always like that? Being aware of Mercury retrograde will make you feel more compassionate. So show more compassion, more understanding, and be like, okay, it's Mercury retrograde. I know, I've seen that video. I'm just gonna hold my horses this time, okay? And it will pay off. Trust me, it will pay off. Also, if you got your phone, keep it on silence, because you may end up receiving weird messages from people this month. Because this reading is up to the end of July, so up to throughout the whole Mercury retrograde, you know, because you may end up receiving some emotional, dramatic messages from someone, and you might be influenced or pushed by Mercury retrograde to also reply in a quite dramatic way. And that's how drama, or, you know, drama in relationships starts, okay? So anyway, so that's what I wanted you to be aware of. Also, we've got an eclipse happening today, right? Tonight. It happened last night. Eclipse, in a lunar eclipse in a full moon. And what does this mean? It's a perfect time for the end of emotional cycle. So many of you might be living relationships right now, might be thinking of it, might be putting to the rest something that's been lingering, that's been on your mind for a long time. Maybe you've had issues or difficulties getting someone over, and finally you'll be like, you know what, I don't need your closure, babe. I'm giving myself closure. I'm giving my closure in my mind, and I'm not even waiting for that closure, that kind of energy. But if you've met someone recently, if you've slept with someone, if you're the one night stand, if you're the fling, don't set your hopes too high, okay? Wait until August before you put any labels on, okay? Because maybe the way what this person thinks, what you think is totally different, okay? Mercury retrograde can cause a lot of miscommunication, and it can lead to broken hearts, okay? So hold your horses, whatever you do up to August, okay? And yeah, let's see if someone is coming back from your past, because Mercury retrograde also influences the past, make us think of the past, okay? But maybe more sort of last week, because now with the lunar eclipse, you know, you're more likely to just, you know, put things, you know, in the past. But Mercury retrograde make us think of the past as well, make us think of, you know, some people may want to communicate with you and tell you how you hurt them, or they may do something opposite. They may actually message you and say, I'm really sorry, Gemini, for hurting you, okay? So you may end up hearing from people you never thought you would hear, okay, ever again. Or you might be feeling like reaching out to someone, but like I say, just hold your horses, wait until August. If you still feel like contacting someone from the past in August, then do so. My intro is super long, I know. How do they see you, Gemini, from now up to the end of this month? So this is love related reading. Those who know me, right hand side, how do they see you? Left hand side, how do you see them? What is the blockage between you, and what is the possible outcome? How do they see you, my lovely Gemini? Woo. And they view you with, oh, you're pressing pause button, Hangman, you're suspending something, okay? So I think when it comes to anything to do with this love, this connection, whatever you're thinking of right now, Gemini, you're sort of not doing anything, literally nothing. You're just hanging, and then you're refusing to think about it. You're not even thinking about the past any longer. You're not thinking about the future. You are like sort of, you know, practicing mindfulness, if you see what I mean. Okay, they also view you. They view you with, okay, we got two cards. They view you, wow, with they view you with, so, you know, the way they view, they know that you've got other options, okay, and you have to make some kind of a choice, perhaps between one person or another, between a situation, shall I stay here or shall I go? You're very much aware that you've got other options out there, and that you could meet someone, but you're not taking the action, you're just thinking about it, okay, which is a good approach in July, I think, okay? So you might have been with someone for a long time, you might be thinking of leaving a relationship, going into another, or you simply have to make some kind of an emotional choice, okay? But right now you're just wondering, and like I said, it's a good idea throughout the Mercury retrograde just to think about it. This is the card of preparation, but not really taking action, and they know you're doing this, okay? But these two cards are about not taking any actions, okay? Not taking any actions. And you also got here, that's how they view you. They view you as this, you know, as if you've got lots of options in love. Loads, not just one, but 7 cups of love. Or, I mean, each of those cups offer different things, but they're filled up with emotions, with a passion, okay? So, you know, they see as if you got to make a choice, but also they see you as if you've been standing there for a long time in front of those cups, and you haven't really been making decisions. So for that reason alone, Gemini, they may see you as a player, okay? Not saying you are a player, but being presented with so many options, you're looking at them, you're like, let me think. And you're not taking any action. You're confused right now. You know you've got other options, but you're not taking any action, okay? So they might be thinking of you as, you know what, Gemini, you're a bit of a player. That's how they view you. That's not how I view you, okay? So what I would suggest you is you got to make a choice, okay? Otherwise it's pushing this person or someone away from you. Someone gets pushed away because they feel like you've got other options and they don't want to be an option, and you possibly taking your time, which I think is a good idea. Yet the way they see you, as if, you know, you gotta hurry up. But my advice to you and throughout the Mercury retrograde is to take your time. So maybe you could do something, I don't know, to sort of talk to them, but not really, don't make a final choice, but explain to them maybe that, you know, you need more time. Have some kind of any sort of initiate conversation, something that will make them understand why you're being so confused when it comes to those options. You know, but if this is you, Gemini, what you got to do is think about which of this seems the closest to 100%, because we can never be right, okay? So I feel like you're gonna have lots of admirers throughout July around you, Gemini, okay? So you might be thinking, should I stay or should I go? Because what I've had so far has been good, but I know I can get something better. Okay. And how do they view you, Gemini? How do you view them? Sorry. One second. How do you view them, Gemini? You view them as someone who's got secrets, okay? Secretive nature, but someone with whom you've got quite emotional, deep connection. They're secretive, but you're very much drawn to them, okay? You know they're quite deep and you like that about them. You also view them with, like, you've got an emotional connection with them. You view them with, okay, the Hierophant, someone who's a teacher, possibly a counselor, someone who's quite inflexible, stubborn, commitment material, maybe someone you want to marry or someone you are married to. This could be a Taurus card, okay, here. You know, someone who's inflexible, but someone who believes in an institution of marriage, someone who's very stable, you know, and they've got the set of values, but they won't change for anyone, okay? Maybe it's someone you married to, I feel like it, or you see them as a marriage material, commitment material, or maybe they want to commit to you, you know, and they want marriage. And you are like, ooh, I'm not sure, I've got so many options. Marriage maybe is not the thing on my mind. So that's why you're frozen, right? Hang on, was that in the reverse? No, in the upright. Okay, and one more card. How do you view them? You might be dealing with Taurus, Gemini. Or someone who wants commitment, okay, from you. And this is also King of Coins, so you're dealing with an earth sign, possibly. King of Coins, someone who's very practical, someone who likes to take care of people, someone who's good with money, someone who's a provider. I feel like it's an earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, okay, you're dealing with here. So yeah, they're very stubborn. And what is the blockage between you two? Temperance. Okay, Temperance is about having a balance. I feel like both of you are quite balanced right now in your life, and you're avoiding anything that could potentially stress you out. So you're not doing anything. That's the thing. Like, you chilled, you balanced, but you're not doing anything with this connection. And you're not doing anything, right? You're just hanging in there, you're chilling, you're meditating. You sometimes go to the top of a castle, you're wandering, but you're not taking action. But you know you've got options, okay, in love, and you got to make a choice. And they are reading you, they're thinking about you a lot, they're analyzing you, okay. They want commitment from you. Right now they're focusing on multiplying their money or teaching others how to become good with money or become successful. King of Coins is a very good friend, very good provider for the family. So maybe what you're two lacking is like you don't make enough effort, I feel like it. Let's get one more card. Let's clarify the Temperance, okay? Also vision. Maybe you two haven't got a vision together, like a joint vision. Let's clarify the Temperance for Gemini and the person they're dealing with. Whoa, okay, so you focusing very much on work. Someone here is focusing on work, on the personal development, on you know, improving themselves. And we've got here Knight of Wands and flipped, and someone here's got back in time, has a very hasty personality. You might be dealing with Taurus, I feel like it. You know, because Taurus energy, or like earth energy, sometimes though it's a fire, people say it's a fire energy, Knight of Wands, but I feel like sometimes obviously people can have a moon and rising, but I think many Taurians are a bit like that. I mean, as a Taurus lady, I'm just speaking. Or earth signs, when they sometimes can be quite hasty and impulsive, okay, when they get annoyed. And I think like there might be a lack of balance in this connection. Someone here hasn't got a patience for another person, and someone here is focusing on work, on building the money, on, you know, making the money. And I think it could be the person you're dealing with, okay? But it's like you two not doing anything in case you were to end up being stressed out, because maybe back in time you two were stressing out each other, and right now you want to take it very slow, because you know, Gemini, that they're very hasty. Either you or them, someone has got a very bad temper, okay? They take actions without thinking. So you two, I feel like you want to avoid this time, and you're focusing on yourself, on improving yourself. So what is the possible outcome for you two, Gemini? What is the outcome? The Ten of Coins, so stability. So I feel like, you know, yes, they are working on becoming stable financially. And I think that's what they do. They're focusing on work, you not doing anything. You gotta make a choice, but you meditating, practicing. What's that expression? What do I say? Mind. I don't know what it's called when you're just practicing, like that. What is it? That like having sort of an empty mind. You know, that kind of. I can't remember the word for it. Like practicing not thinking, not taking action. All right then. So it's interesting, because I feel like you two, the outcome is you could be together, you could have a very stable home together, and I feel like, you know, Gemini, this is them possibly, and this is you, like, what do you want me to do, what do you want me to say? Okay, so I feel like they're waiting for you, they are waiting for you, but you're not taking action, so they are focusing on work, Gemini. Okay, we're gonna explore this in the extended reading. Okay, we're gonna look into the piece of advice for you. We're gonna clarify every single card, give you a spirit message and angel. Okay, so please meet me on the other side. Love you, Geminis. Bye.